I'm very excited to be here tonight and share our story and process of writing the screenplay, Roses on the Lake. Here I am with my writing partner, Debra, and I've worked for years in the film industry as an actor, as a first AD, and a casting director, but I had never written a screenplay. And it's really a daunting process when you're looking at a blank page and a blank final draft file. There are so many places where the story can go, it's a little overwhelming, but we had some ideas. We knew our story would be on a lake because we love the idea and the feel of lake living where there's mist rising in the morning and loons calling. We knew that that peacefulness would add a big element to our story. We also knew that we wanted strong female lead characters in this so that we would qualify for the Screen Actors Guild Diversity in Casting Incentive Program. And we also wanted a campfire because campfires can magically open up communication. Sometimes even secrets are revealed here. But why were these women coming together? That was our delay for years in finally coming up with our whole screenplay. But then last summer I was having a yard sale to close out my parents' house, and Deb came over, and what we witnessed were some amazing characters and hilarious situations, and we decided that we finally found our gold mine. Both of us had recently lost our dads. The universal frustrations and conflicts with settling an estate would become our dramatic storyline. The yard sale and other events would provide the much-needed humor. I love to get the audience laughing and then hit them with the hard stuff when they least expect it. Once we decided on the story of three estranged sisters coming together to do the final yard sale and settling the family's multi-generational homestead, we were halfway there, even though we hadn't written a word. And we had the perfect location, 90 family-owned acres on Great Pond. Dad's house would be the location up for the yard sale, and the overgrown flower garden is perfect for our story. The father loved the daughters very much, as well as his roses, and he calls his girls his little roses in a flashback when the girls are very young and very close, like peas in a pod. What happened? Across the street is Ruth's house. She built the house when her parents started needing extra help. Ruth is an artist, so she had the most flexible lifestyle to take on that duty. The other two sisters had not even visited Dad in a couple of years, being busy with their own lives in other states. Fran helps Ruth with Dad in the last years. Fran had also been the sisters' babysitter when they were growing up, so she is very familiar with the family. Ruth kept Fran on to help her with clearing out the house. And Fran, as you might see, is a very tell-it-like-it-is character. So our story begins with two of the sisters, Patty and Celeste, and niece Sam, finally about to arrive late in the afternoon the day before the yard sale. Ruth and Fran had been working for weeks trying to get this together. It's a rocky beginning with frayed nerves from travel and the stress of preparing for the sale. All the sisters and the niece are staying at the cottage. Ruth has claimed the bedroom upstairs, and that leaves the two traveling sisters to share twin beds in the downstairs bedroom, and that does not add to their, frame of mind, let's just say. Sam, the niece, sets up a tent where she can have some peace and quiet and listen to the loons. Early the next day, things are not going well right from the start. Patty tries to take over the organization, insulting Ruth. Celeste takes the whole day to just look over her own belongings, so is no help. Fran hears everything but keeps her mouth shut, for now. The yard sale will be an amazing array of what actually happened last year because you just cannot make up this stuff. Seriously. People elbowing their way in, people stealing things. Here, Ruth comments to Fran, maybe someone else can make some memories with this china, or our big family celebrations just a thing of the past. This bowl has a very touching real story of being lost by my grandfather when he was 4. Patty becomes upset that it's being sold in the yard sale. Ruth says, we can't keep everything just because it has a memory. Needless to say, Tensions continue to escalate during the yard sale, and things come to an ugly head. Fran cannot bite her tongue any longer and confronts Patty with fists clenched. Later that evening, Fran arrives in the cottage to apologize, which turns into an all-out pillow fight as the sisters regress to an earlier time. Thankfully, Sam has prepared a campfire that night. Now, there are a lot of secrets and surprises of how things work out, and we don't want to share everything here tonight. But in the end, the sisters take Dad's ashes out on the lake for some fishing in his prized little tin boat, meeting up with Sam and her childhood friend from the lake, Malcolm. At sunset, it's time to say goodbye to Dad. Sam and Malcolm have prepared rose petals. It's a beautiful moment. Sam has a letter from her grandfather, which she reveals. It's a message from someone who has lived long enough to learn what's important in life. Here's a response. Your script resonates deeply, and all the family stuff as well. Not easy, beautiful, sad, funny, wise as we all bumble along, laughing, crying, trying, making it wrong, getting it right. We are now putting our shooting script and budget together and networking with crew and others who want to partner with us as producers by investing in this project. We will be involving local people as actors, crew, caterers, and more, but that's another story. Thank you.